guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we will be covering the discriminant. Now please make sure you've watched the video on the quadratic formula before you do this, because they are interlinked. So consider the general form of a quadratic function. Right. The discriminant is defined as b squared minus 4ac. Alright, and the discriminant is often given the sign delta, which is just a little triangle. Now, the discriminant is very useful because it can give you a lot of information about the quadratic function, namely how many roots it has. So, a quadratic function has either 0 roots, 1 root, or 2 roots, and this is all based on the discriminant. If the discriminant is bigger than 0, there are 2 roots. If the discriminant is equal to 0, there's only 1 root. And if the discriminant is less than 0, there are no roots. Now, this is very useful. Let's try an example. Say we have a quadratic function. Let's say 2x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals 0. And a question may ask you, how many roots does this quadratic function have? Well, you would use the discriminant. The discriminant is equal to b squared minus 4ac. Alright? And if you guys have watched the video on the quadratic formula, you know that b is the coefficient of the x term. So what is b? B is 3. So 3 squared is 9. Minus 4 times a, coefficient of the x squared term, 2, minus times c, the constant term, which is minus 4. Alright, this is equal to plus 32, which is equal to 41. And what is 41? 41 is bigger than 0. Therefore, there are 2 roots. There's another type of question which you may encounter quite often to do with variables. So you can plug a variable into this. So say we have x squared minus kx plus 3 equals 0. And the question asks you, for what values of k will this quadratic equation have only one root? Let's say 1 root. So you would find out what is the discriminant in terms of k. It's going to be equal to k squared minus 4ac. There's no a is 1 and c is 3, so that is just minus 12. Okay, so this is the discriminant, and we've been asked to find at what values of k will there only be 1 root. And we know that if there's 1 root, the discriminant will be equal to 0. Alright, so k squared minus 12 is 0. And from here it's pretty obvious to see k is plus or minus the square root of 12, which is plus or minus 2 root 2. Don't stress too much about that. I'll cover solving. You can use I'll cover more solving methods in other videos. But yeah, that is all you need to know about the discriminant for now. Thank you very much for watching, and please watch the next video in which I will talk about how the discriminant can also be used to find the number of intersections between 2 different graphs. Please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you guys want to see.